Subscribe now and you'll never, probably ever, poop your pants in the future. Games! They're a remarkable way to waste your time, your free time. It's just fun to play games. That's why I buy games. And that's why I'm going to show you some games I got. There's going to be some really great ones. I'm pretty sure. I promise. I got 7 games, and the first game I got, I actually unboxed this. You might want to go check out the unboxing if you haven't seen it. It's pretty cool. For the price that it was like, well, weirdly it cost 47 euros. Which is fitting, cause Hitman, World of Assassination, 25th anniversary. And this one includes all the 3 Hitman games. And why is it fitting that this cost 47 euros? Well, you're playing as Agent 47, the greatest assassin ever. Probably, I think. Anyway, like I mentioned there, this one includes Hitman 1, 2 and 3, not to be confused with the original Hitman games that started coming out 2000 forward, somewhere around there. There was Hitman 1, there was Hitman 2, there was Hitman Contracts, and Hitman Blood Money. Then also on PlayStation 3 we got Hitman Absolution. I think there were some mobile stuff also, but yeah, this one has the kind of... I don't know if it's a reboot. I don't think this ignores the originals. When it comes to the story in Hitman games, in these newer ones it's pretty much all that secret agent bullshit, like 007 stuff and all that kind of Mission Impossible type of storytelling in the background, how the agencies are being betrayed and someone's leaking information and blah 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 blah. You know what? I never really dug that kind of stories. Well, there's sometimes they're good, but that's not my favorite type of story. Luckily, I don't play Hitman games for the story. The story is there, it's kind of alright. I don't... But the real reason why I play Hitman games is because it's just so fucking fun. These are like the funnest puzzle games out there, because you have your targets you need to kill, and there's just so many different ways you can do it, and you get to plan that thing, and every area you get into, there's targets, and there's few kind of bit more scripted ways of killing them, some story ways of telling them, but you can also kill them in pretty much in any way you want. You can just go in guns blazing, or like I killed one guy. I sneaked into a building and he was standing on a ledge, and I threw a wrench at his head, so he fell down from the building and died. But yeah, I just love the creativity you can do in Hitman games, just picking your ways of dismantling your targets. It's fantastic. I love that. Hitman games have always been the greatest when it comes to, just trying to assassinate someone. I played through Hitman 1. I had never played that through before. I remembered in the unboxing that I had the first one, but I didn't. I actually had Hitman 2. I thought I didn't have Hitman 2, but I didn't have Hitman 1. I played some demo or something of Hitman 1. That's why I kind of got confused that I actually had that. And I remembered that I played demo of Hitman 2, but it was reverse. But yeah, I had played like probably 2 missions or something like that, I don't know. But or the first mission at least, I know that. Maybe I did have that game. Isn't that when they tried to release the game in like episodically, like all the missions one by one? I hated that. Yeah, and I think I bought the first mission or 2. Yeah, then I just said, this style of releasing game blows. Fuck this. So yeah, I waited, and later on they released these kind of whole games. So yeah, I bought 2. Never finished 2 either. I just played a couple of missions and I stopped for some reason. 3 I actually finished. That's the only one. I bought that for Xbox Series X because it really didn't have a lot of games, for it back when it was released, or still, from what I believe. So yeah, I bought Hitman for it and I played it through, loved it. First and second Hitman games, they're basically the same stuff. The whole trilogy, it's like one long ass Hitman game. It doesn't really change much of the formula, so it is just, you got a bunch of levels where you need to assassinate someone. And that's Hitman games, and I love these. These are great. So good, so good. Next game I have here, I also unboxed this, and it was a pretty cool, again, small, cheap, collector's edition, limited edition, deluxe edition, whatever it was, but yeah, I kind of dug that. If you want to see the unboxing also, like Hitman's, I have it here on this channel. Anyway, the game I'm talking about is Little Nightmares 3, and holy shit, I played this and I finished this, I went through this. First Little Nightmares game I played through. A lot of people said to me that Little Nightmares games, oh, they're so awesome, they're the best games ever, they're great, they're fucking fantastic, you gotta play those. And I gotta say, they just look amazing. What videos or pictures I saw, just the graphical style. And the third one, which is now the only one I played, it looked fantastic. Just, creepy atmosphere and creepy characters and just creepy backgrounds. It is fantastic. That is art. That is art, these games, the backgrounds and all. It was you go around, you're playing as two characters, so you're actually playing one character. You can pick which one you want to be, and then you go through the game playing as that character. I like how there's some psychological story behind this also a little bit, but it doesn't really, at least the third one doesn't really get that into it. It just kind of drops you in the game, and for the longest time I was kind of like, why am I here? What is the reason I'm advancing these levels? Because between the levels they did show like little clip that there was a boy who was in some kind of mental institute, and it just seemed like it sucked for him. And overall, when it comes to the story, it is shown quite little. It's more your interpretations, what has happened, or why he's gone loony, or why he's in that place, or overall what just happened to the boy and his story. But overall, I feel like they could have maybe told a little more of the story or showed a little more what was happening. It's really vague, really vague. I like vague, you don't have to put everything to me. I actually like racking my brain what's happened, and I think I kind of got the gist what happened in this too, but there could have been maybe a little more something. It just, I don't know. Gameplay, it's a puzzle game basically. Probably the thing that bothered me more, not the puzzles. I like doing puzzles, that's always, racking the old brain, keeps the brain cells from dying. But as fantastic looking all the levels were that you were advancing through, I wish there would have been something a bit more interactive in those, because it just felt like there were those levels, and it seemed like they had a lot of stuff you could poke around, or maybe, I don't know, punch or hit or something, or play around with. But you really couldn't. It was pretty static. All the backgrounds and all that. Like, this looked really good, but I feel like there was something more that should have been in this. Details. I've talked about details, how modern games oftentimes they don't really see the same amount of work when it comes to details as they used to in games. Because I feel like when gaming was growing, they were so excited, oh, you can do this and you can do that and blah 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 blah, interact with this thing or that. I think that was just totally forgotten in this, which is a shame, because it looked so cool and there was a lot of stuff I wanted to poke at. I'm the kind of guy, I see something interesting, I go poke at it. But yeah, overall I'd say this was a little disappointment. Little nightmares, little disappointments. And I feel like the first two might be better. I don't know. I have Little Nightmares 2, but after this, I'm not sure if I kind of want to try those, but it killed my excitement for those a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna give these scores. Hitman, that was like 8.5 out of 10. That's great. Little Nightmares 3, I'd give this 7 out of 10. It was a bit disappointing in some departments. It was a fun game, quick. Like 3-4 hours, and it was true, so in that sense, didn't mind, but something. Needed something. Next game I have here, I also unboxed. I did a lot of unboxings during October, yeah, the Halloween month. Oh, Jesus, this I was really looking forward to getting, and Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound. This is the new 2D style Ninja Gaiden game. I sucked at the original Ninja Gaiden, or Shadow Warrior, known here in Europe. But for the NES, I made it to the last boss countless of times. Never beat him. It just, fuck. Shadow Warriors, or Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3. I think I tried 2 a little bit on some emulator. I don't think they even released those here. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that. But yeah, I never played those growing up. I didn't even ever see those covers. So yeah, I think those might have been North America and Japan only. Always loved Ninja Gaiden, the first one. That was fucking fantastic game. So yeah, I was excited they were taking it back to 2D era. So I got this, and guess what? I beat this like red-headed stepchild, and I was proud. Ninja Gaiden, 2D Ninja Gaiden. I made it through because I really didn't believe in myself when it came to this game. I was like, oh, I'm gonna play it, and at some point I'm probably just gonna get pissed and quit and never go back to it. But holy shit, I went through this game. It's fast, it's fun, so goddamn good. The combat and all, it's just fluid and feels great. In this one you got two characters. You mainly play as the ninja guy. It wasn't Ryu here. I don't actually remember his name or the other character's name either. The other one's a chick. Can't remember her name either. But yeah, just fun boss fights, and like I said, overall it's just really fast-paced game, and didn't really take me too much. I can't remember how much it took me to get through this game. I don't know, 6-7 hours maybe. I don't remember. It's hard. I played a couple of shorter games lately, so yeah. I'm mixing those hours up. Got a lot of nice moves in this, and special moves you can use also, and yeah, it's fantastic. Now, obviously, after I played through this, I had the end credits, and I went back there, in the menu, a hard mode opened. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. Fuck that. But I was kind of disappointed, or shocked and disappointed. I was so proud, God damn it, I beat Ninja Gaiden. Ha! Those are like the ultimate difficulty games, and then I realized, fuck, that was like normal difficulty setting. Well, I'm still proud of myself. But yeah, seeing that hard mode unlock after I beaten this, apparently I wasn't as good as I thought, but still pretty goddamn good. Probably not gonna give the hard mode. I don't know. I might. This was so fun. I don't know, but yeah, a fantastic game. I did love this overall. Ninja Gaiden. If I had to give this a number, I think I'd go with. I'm tempted to give this 8.5, but I'm thinking if I like this more than Hitman, they're so very different type of games. So that's screw it. I'll go 8.5 again here. So yeah. Next game I got, or games, because there's actually two games in this one package. These were disappointments. Kinda. Not really, but kinda. I never owned these games growing up. Now they came out with the remasters. Actually, they released 1 and 2 earlier, like a couple of years ago. Now they came out with 3 and 4. Might have guessed it. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 plus 4. Here's the thing. I played Tony Hawk games since I was little teenager. Not like little kid, but little teenager. When the first ones came out. A friend had those PlayStation. We were always drunk. We were taking turns. We were playing those, trying to hit all those goals. It was so much fun. So great. 3 and 4, same kind of thing, at friend's place, drunk, taking turns. Actually, 2-3 months ago, I don't remember, I was at friend's place drinking. He had this. So I was like, fired up. We were drinking, we were taking turns playing this game, and yeah, it was fun. Actually, I didn't play this with my friend. Friend was just kind of watching. I was playing this with my girlfriend. We were taking turns, but we were all drinking, we were drunk, so, that it's just so much fun playing Tony Hawk games. All those levels, taking turns while you're drunk, trying to hit those goals. So I was like, I gotta buy myself a Tony Hawk game, because these are so much fun. I'm always having so much fun when I'm playing this. I bought this, I started playing this, sober and alone. And I was kind of like, yeah, this really isn't my thing. I didn't really care for it. I tried I played tutorial and first level. I played that too. These are just not fun sober and without friends. Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters, these are drunk multiplayer games. Fuck playing these alone and sober. That's just sad. Jesus Christ. I am not a skater. I don't really care for skating. I once had a skateboard. I used it mostly to, slide down hills. I was sitting on it. Probably drunk then too. No, wait, I was gonna say too young, but what is too young in Europe? Here we start drinking pretty much, like when you're 3. It's the culture, don't judge us. But yeah, I was kind of massively disappointed. It just wasn't my thing. Kinda sucked. I don't know if I have to tell you about Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. You're a skater, and there's usually a level, and you have this time limit, and there are these certain goals, and you don't have to hit all the goals at once. You can hit like one goal, and then restart once the timer's up, and do another goal, and that's how we kind of did it. We always tried to go for one goal or something, and do that, and then next next one tried and all that. It was all fun and it was all social and connecting people and all that. But alone and sober, yeah. You just do those goals and I didn't really care for this. I'm sorry. When it comes to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, my rating for this, when you're alone and sober, it's like 5. When you're drunk playing with friends taking turns, it's like 9. So take that. That's my score for Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I bet those same scores go for the 1 and 2 also. Now I'm kind of glad I didn't buy those, because I for the longest time I thought about buying them. Well, actually, I don't know. Screw it. I'm probably not gonna buy 1 and 2. Nah. Next game I have, I've been kind of on the edge, Nintendo Switch 2. Should I get it? Should I not get it? But it's got Mario Kart World, the new one. That's something I kind of want, or at least it was something I wanted. But thank God, someone came into the senses and decided to make a new kart game, a new sequel to an existing kart game series. And not just any kart game series, the greatest kart game series ever made. I was more excited about this than Mario Kart. I forgot about Mario Kart World, fuck that. Although the third one in the series, that kind of sucked. That was that stupid Sonic Team Racing, but now we got a new one, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and no team crap. Or actually there might be. There were some different modes here you could drive, so I think there was also some kind of team racing thing. But the career, or the tournament or whatever, I played it through, and you play alone, one versus every man for himself. I don't know why I'm trying to say this so confusingly. New Sonic Racing game, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Let me tell you, it's pretty goddamn fun. When it comes to karting games, it's just Sonic. Well, first of all, the levels, they're all more colorful, and I think they're just way more innovative and better than in Mario Kart. Mario Kart, the levels are actually, when you stop and think about it, they're oftentimes, for the most part, they're pretty basic or dull. Mario Karts, just, I don't know, I still love those, I played a ton of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on my Nintendo Switch, so that's why I kind of wanted to get into Mario Kart World. Now that Mario Kart World's been released, I mean, it's people are saying that Mario Kart 8 is still a better game because it's got way more, tracks and just stuff in it. So yeah, you're gonna have to wait for a while until Mario Kart World catches up to that, and during that time, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, that's the way to go. This is fantastic. And they brought back in this, you get to change into an airplane at few sections, or a boat. So there's boat and airplane stuff. I always loved that in the second Sonic Racing, All-Star Racing, Transform, whatever that name was. Drifting was always better in the Sonic games, at least 1 and 2. I played this one, and this one did feel like it went more closer to Mario Kart. But now I gotta be honest, I don't actually remember really that much how the drifting went in the original Sonic games, 1 and 2. I just remember that after that, playing Mario Kart, I was like, fuck, this drifting fucking sucks. Sonic had so much better drifting, so that's kind of where I'm basing it's an old memory. Drifting was just way better in Sonic, first 2 games. This one, the drifting did feel a bit more closer to Mario Kart stuff. Even though I played a ton of Mario Kart 8, the drifting, it still kind of sucks. It's just not good drifting. It's kind of stupid. It defies all laws of gravity and physics and all that. I don't know. Something about it just bugs me. It's weird. It's not good. It could be way better. A lot of cool weapons, a lot of cool characters. There's actually, they're releasing a DLC to this, new tracks and new characters. I don't usually go for DLC, but when it comes to, these party driving games, I might, if I'm drunk and we're playing with friends and I'm like, fuck it, let's try the new tracks and new characters and blah, blah, blah. I might buy those, but now I'm actually thinking about buying new characters this sober, because they're gonna come out with Mega Man, and I love Mega Man. That'd be so goddamn cool to drive as Mega Man. I hope they release Mega Man themed tracks also, with old Mega Man music. That would be cool, just driving through, I don't know, Woodman stage and have that music playing. Those were so kick-ass. Anyway, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I like this. I I kind of want to go 8.5. You know what? I'm gonna give the S to Ninja Gaiden and Hitman a little bit here, because when it comes down to it, I'm not really like, I don't prefer card games over those type of games, so I'm gonna give this 8.2. How about that? 8.3. 8.3. Yeah. We'll go with 8.3. Second last game, and I'm not gonna name this video I found the fucking game of the year. I've done that like 2 times already this year. It gets old. And one of the reasons why I'm not gonna do that also is, while this is the best game released this year, it doesn't really count in my books. So I can't. When I'm doing my game of the year list, just know this should be number 1, but I'm probably not gonna count this. Oh, also I did an unboxing of this. I had the Day 1 edition or whatever, Deluxe edition. Metal Gear Solid 3, or Metal Gear Solid Delta. Snake Eater. It's got new engine, but it is just basically, it is the same Metal Gear Solid 3 that we, had back in the PlayStation 2 era. And I'm glad, they didn't, fuck around too much. Although I did hear that during one conversation, they did change the word fat in the overweight, which is just much more offensive. I mean, because everyone's got fat. Fat is just natural. So, when you're called fat, you have fat in you. But when you're called overweight, well, then I'd be pissed. That means I'm so goddamn fat that I'm not even on the weight scale. I'm overweight. Jesus Christ, that's just brutal. Stop calling me overweight, you dicks. Call me fat. Fat's fluffy. Like, soft. It's nice. Everyone loves soft stuff, but nobody likes someone who's so goddamn huge you can't even weigh them. But yeah, not counting that, this is basically Metal Gear Solid 3. It is pretty goddamn faithful adaptation of Metal Gear Solid 3, or replicate. This is a replicant of Metal Gear Solid 3. This is a kind of copy, but with new engine. It is the same goddamn game. There was also one other thing though. You have Eve here, the girl with the overalls that are always open, so you can kind of see, not her boobs, well, kind of a little bit, but she has a bra, black bra. But they took. I watched some videos from YouTube where they were side-by-side comparisons. Boob physics. They don't jiggle in this as much as they did in the original. That's you gotta have the boob physics. These guys who made this, don't let them touch Dead or Alive series. Don't let them make any new games in that series, because those games, they're all about the boob physics. So if you're watching this, who made this, you fucked it up a little bit here. But if you're thinking about making Dead or Alive games, don't. You don't have the permission. Fuck off. Don't even think about it. Don't make boob games ever again. That's no back hitting. Psst, psst. That was a spray bottle. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3, what is there to say about this? It's Naked Snake, it's not Solid Snake like in other Metal Gear Solid games usually, unless you're playing as Raiden. It takes place in the 60s during the Cold War era, so it's a lot of Russia versus USA. You're trapped down in the jungle in Russia, and you're trying to infiltrate a place, and there's stuff for you to do. I don't want to spoil anything of the story if you haven't played it, because Metal Gear Solid games have amazing stories. They're just fantastic. Metal Gear Solid 2, the story, I still think it's kind of well done and all that, but it gets convoluted. There's a lot there. But Metal Gear Solid 3, this just perfected it. The storytelling and all that. You could argue there might be still a bit much going on around here, but I didn't find it, it didn't bother me at all. I loved it. It was just so awesome to play this again after so long time, because I didn't play Metal Gear Solid 3 when I got the new collection where was, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. I never got to 3, I didn't finish 2 even. I have to go back and finish 2 at some point, but so good. I love this game. This is fantastic. Like I said, in my top 5 of all time. So when you're thinking about Game of the Year list, this should be number 1, but it is kind of the same game, except it's enhanced, with new engine and all that. I don't know if I can count this. If I have to give this a score, it's like, well, it's like 10. 10 out of 10. I kind of hate saying 10 out of 10. I've given one game 10 out of 10 in a review on my channel. That was Red Dead Redemption 2. I reviewed it back when it came out. That was one of my first reviews. Don't go check it out. It's terrible. That old shit I did. No. Fuck it, we'll go with 10 out of 10. 9.9 out of 10. Red Dead's 9.8 out of 10, because this is higher on my list than Red Dead Redemption 2. Just slightly. I need to do a new, top 10 all-time favorite games. My list has changed. It's different. Metal Gear Solid Delta, or Metal Gear Solid 3. You can't go wrong with that. Fantastic game. Kojima is a genius. That guy smoking something that he got from outer space, and he ain't sharing it with others, which is a shame, because it seems like good shit. Then we get the last game of this gaming pickups video, and I lied to some people online. some people were asking on Twitter or X, what scary games are you playing this year? And I answered nothing or something like that, because, well, I fucking hate scary games. Scary games suck ass. Screw scary games, screw horror games. But I lied. I actually played a horror game. I bought this. I was interested. I'll try to keep this rant short. I've probably wasted so much time already, but that's right. Your boy got Silent Hill F. I didn't buy Silent Hill 2 Remake, like I said. The story is great. I don't want it to take longer, so I'm sticking with the original. Screw that remake. But Silent Hill F, this is a whole new story. I don't know where to start. Little spoiler here. What does the F stand for? Fuck Silent Hill. We actually wanted to make Siren, one of those old Japanese horror games, but Silent Hill sells better as name, so Silent Hill F it is. That's what it stands for. I'm not saying this has the mechanics of that Siren game where you can see from your enemy's eyes and all that, and you have to sneak around. This is Silent Hill in the 60s in Japan, and you have your close combat weapons pretty much. You have your pipes, and you have your hammers and axes and all that kind of stuff. Knives and shit. It's basically a close combat game in that sense. When it comes to combat in this, I don't get this. Silent Hill is a city in the US where, weird shit happens. Why this has nothing to do with Silent Hill the city. It is more like a spin-off, but god damn it, I hate the naming policy. It should have been called, hey, there's fog everywhere, not just in Silent Hill. So fuck that. We're doing our own thing. But nope, they wanted to put it Silent Hill F. Despite all that, I sound like I'm hating this. Overall, the story is interesting. It's not Silent Hill 2 level, obviously. Maybe not even 1 level. I have to replay Silent Hill 1 to really see that story again. Possibly even Silent Hill 3, because that one was also awesome. I prefer Silent Hill 1 and 2. This one, really intriguing, the story. I have to say, I got really into it, and I wanted to know what happens next and what's going on. You could kind of guess some aspects, but I never really got the whole picture. It was kind of confusing, because you're in the city, or the little town in Japan. I forgot the town's name. Town of Ebisugaoka. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We all know I'm not. But you go around and suddenly there's monsters, and you kick their ass with pipes and all that kind of shit, and they're creepy for the most part, but I do feel like Silent Hill 1 and 2 were kind of creepier, although I was younger when I played those, so that might have played a part in that, why I view this that way. But yeah, this one didn't really... It was really creepy. It had its horror moments, but it didn't really feel like... I don't know. It wasn't as horror-y as I thought, which I like that, because when it comes to horror games, I'm a pussy. I've said that many times on this channel. I'm a pussy when it comes to horror games. Overall, I really dig the creepiness in this, and the story was really interesting. It kept me going. I really wanted to see what happens and what's going on overall, and because it's all psychological in Silent Hill games. The main character's parents, dad's a dick, and she also has friends, but it's 60s Japan, and she also has one not boyfriend, but boy friend, male friend. So, playing with boys back in those days, you were viewed as this more tomboyish girl. So this one has a lot of themes from the 60s, how people were viewed and what the roles were for women and men and all that. I really dig that aspect in this, and I'm just gonna say really interesting story and all that. But when it comes to horror, this isn't the most scariest of games. It was really creepy. Sometimes you're in the town and it's foggy, but there are these certain sections where you kind of get transferred into this weird other world where there's this usually like temples and all that old kind of stuff, and you follow this guy with a fox mask. I have to say, the dude with the fox mask and all that, at times it felt a bit too anime-ish for my taste. It was kind of like, this really isn't Silent Hill. This is some kind of anime horror shit. That guy was weird. Again, creepy, but didn't feel anything like Silent Hill stuff. I'd say the biggest detriment to this game is the naming policy. That's what bugs me the most. I kind of hate it. But at the same time, like I said, I enjoyed it. Oh, but when it comes to real horror of this game, the main character, the girl you're playing as, Hinako, meets with 3 other friends just before things go, shit hits the fan and things get foggy, or more foggier. One of the friends dies immediately when things get foggy and all the creatures start appearing and all that. But that was right after they revealed that person owed the main character 200 yens, or was it 2,000 yens or something like that. So the real horror in this game is you're not getting that money back. I had to stop the game, take a moment, just pause, because if that was the level of horror, I wasn't ready. But thank God I pushed through after that scene. Don't let it scare you. It's really not that scary towards the end. You're not getting that money, which fucking sucks, especially in this economy. But rest of the game it's more easier to get through. So I'd say after that scene, don't give up, just keep pushing. It's really interesting story. This one has multiple endings. I got one, it's probably the one everyone gets first. It's the easiest one, which is like the bad ending or something like that. That one, I think if you play this, you're gonna get it anyways. Everyone's probably gonna get that first, so I'm not gonna spoil what the ending is, but I gotta say, because after that I went on YouTube and I watched all the rest of the endings. I didn't really feel like playing this again, 4 times to get all the endings. I might someday go back to this and give this another go, but the kind of worst ending was actually kind of the best. That felt more Silent Hill-ish. The rest of the endings, I don't know. I'm glad I got the bad ending. I like that most. That's about it. That's all I have to say about this. Silent Hill F. When it comes to giving this score, god damn it, I kind of want to give this 8.5 again. The combat, it's not the greatest. It's, I miss firearms. I always kind of liked that in earlier Silent Hills you could just kind of avoid enemies and save your ammunition. So you didn't really have to rely on your close combat stuff too much, because it is kind of clunky, but also that's an aspect that keeps the horror elements up, because it is clunky. You don't want to be like Bruce Lee going around there, because where's the horror in that? This one, it's all about the close quarters combat with pipes and all that. This one also, it has like counterattacks and all that. It adds that. It doesn't feel really Silent Hill-y, but also it doesn't really feel like it's some great beat 'em up game either. So I wasn't biggest fan of the close combat, but it was alright. That's kind of what drags this down a little bit. You know what? I gave Sonic Racing 8.3. I give this 8.4. This goes just at 0.1 above Sonic Racing, but 0.1 below Hitman and Ninja Gaiden. I don't even remember what I gave Little Nightmares. 7 or something? I don't know, but yeah. Those were all the games I had this time, so fuck off and I'll fuck off and we'll meet back here when I upload more crap. Hopefully, unless I scared you away. I swear, I don't owe anyone any money, and if I did, my plans would be to pay them back before I die. So, don't have to be scared. If I ask money, I'll probably pay it back. I'll pay it back. Yeah, have you played any of those games? Do you like those? Write them down in the comments, because YouTube likes that shit. I'm gonna go, and I do have some other games too. I didn't want to make this too bloated this episode, and I I haven't actually finished those other games, so I'm gonna finish those first. Or, play what I play. I'm still gonna play Hitman 2, true. I have like a couple levels. Really enjoying that. God damn it, it's fun. I'm gonna go, just, go play games or do something constructive with your life. Or just play games. Goodbye.